Welcome to CoinJive. And I was thinking, being informed can be a superpower. Why is that? There's a common saying that knowledge is power. And also a variation of that is information is power. And I think that this could not be more true because the idea of informed decision is very important. Usually that's associated with medical decisions, but informed decision should be and can be applied to every single decision that we make in our lives. We should not make any decisions out of ignorance. Every decision that we make, big or small, should be informed, meaning that before we make a decision, we should educate ourselves about the subject sufficiently to be able to make the right decision in whatever the circumstance. The more informed you are, the better equipped you are to manage life's ups and downs. And in essence, staying informed becomes a superpower. It equips you with the knowledge and skills to face the challenges of life and make the decisions that we have to make every day and grow both personally and professionally. So this idea of information being power applies to every single aspect of our lives. It is something that should be a part of everything that we do. Some people say ignorance is bliss. And to an extent that is true. If you don't know about something, then you don't worry about it. But if you are making a decision, then ignorance is actually the enemy. Decisions made out of ignorance typically end up being poor decisions. You might get lucky and make a decision out of ignorance and it just turns out to be the right decision, but that's kind of like Russian roulette. It's gambling. It's better to be as well informed about something, then consider the information, pray about it, and then wait until you feel a conviction one way or another about whether it's the right decision or the wrong decision. Now, we can't do this in every single decision. The minor, small, little things don't require that much contemplation. But the bigger the decision, the more sure we need to be that we are making the right decision. And information, contemplation, and prayer are the only way to try to ensure that we are making a good decision. We never know because we can't possibly have enough information to know 100% that it's the right thing to do. But we have to do the best that we can. We have to have as much information as we can, consider it the best that we can, pray about it as much as we can, and then come to the most reasonable, measured decision that we can. And a lot of people understand that decisions are important, but they haven't really thought about how to make good decisions. And so what I'm hoping this will convey, this little discussion will convey, is the importance of the decisions that we make. Every decision really does have an impact not only on our lives, but on the lives of our family and friends and community and society as a whole, and the world even. So decisions are very important, and they should not be thought of as things that don't really matter that much. Every decision matters. I'm not saying get weighed down with the burden and anxiety of making a decision, but also don't be flippant about making decisions. Be reasonable, be responsible, be mature, be wise. It's only through information that we can try to prepare for life's challenges, and we can try to mitigate the difficulties. As a person grows older and hopefully wiser, they start planning for retirement and planning for old age and planning for all the things that need to be planned for in life. And information is important for making those preparations. When we're well informed, we are well equipped. And this is essential for making any kinds of preparations for anything, whether it's retirement or economic collapse or world war or whatever it is that you're trying to prepare for. Information is important. But another thing to consider is misinformation. And that's a big thing in the WEF thing that happened last week. They decided that the biggest threat facing the world today is misinformation. It's not economic collapse, it's not world war, it's not pandemics, it's misinformation. And obviously what they're talking about is they don't want people telling the truth because then that upsets their agenda. So they want to label the truth misinformation so that nobody hears it. But what I mean by misinformation is actual wrong information. We want to have discernment. We want to be sure that the information that we are using to make our decisions is actually valid information. And there is a lot of information available, and a lot of it is wrong. A lot of it is true. A lot of it, if not all of it, is partially true and partially false. So we can't rely on Google to tell us what is true and false. We can't rely on CNN. We can't rely on other people to tell us what is true and what is not true. We have to develop discernment to be able to look at anything and understand if it is true or not true. And discernment is one of the gifts that God gives people, but it's something that you have to develop and pray about and work on. Very few people just suddenly have incredible discernment. It's something that takes time to develop. It's a skill, but it's like I said, also a gift from God. So question yourself and ask if you have discernment, if you have good discernment going into what is already a world full of spin and half truths. But we're going into a time that is just going to be even worse. I think we're going to have trouble understanding what is true and not true as the months and years go on. And so the development of discernment is so incredibly important. It's like a compass. If you're lost in the wilderness, discernment is your compass that helps you find your way out, helps you find true north. And we are becoming lost in a wilderness of untruth. And we all need to have the compass of discernment, or we will be lost in this wilderness. So I would encourage everyone to consider the idea of the importance of the decisions that they make, the importance of information in those decisions, the importance of preparedness, and the importance of information in being prepared for life's challenges, and discernment, and the importance of being able to discern good information from bad information. These things are important tools in life in general. They have always been important, but they may be more important now than ever before. So I hope that maybe this sparks a little bit of contemplation, and I hope that you found this information to be useful. And that's what I was thinking about today. And we'll be back next time we have something that's on our mind. In the meantime, please subscribe to the newsletter at coinnews.beehive.com. You can find that in the description. And the blog at thecoinblog.com, also in the subscription, or in the description. And please also check out communitycoin.com. You can find that in the description as well. Until next time.